Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Peter with speeddesignworks.com. In this tutorial, you'll be learning how to create this using Adobe Illustrator. Firstly, we have to open the Illustrator app software, okay, and then we create an artboard for us to work in. Well, I like to use 1000 pixel by 1000 pixel for most of my vector arts. So to create one, we have to click this create new button. So clicking the create new button, it opens a platform. It opens this. So to create it, it's already there now, 1000 pixel by 1000 pixel. So if you want to create another pixel, you edit it, but this is what we are working with. And so we click the create. Okay, so here we are now. We can then start creating. So the thing about creating vector arts is that it can actually be done with the pen tool, but its shapes might not be as perfect as using these shape tools. So I use these shape tools for most of my simple vector arts, except for complex arts where the pen tool must be used. So firstly, we start from the head of the spatula. So to do that, we create from the shape tools. So these are the shape tools: rectangle, rounded rectangle, ellipse, polygon, star tool. So to create that, sometimes you might have the ellipse tool selected. So if the ellipse tool is selected, you click and hold down to select the rectangle tool. So now we'll create the rectangle, and we'll create like an upside down and inverted rectangle. So to do that, we'll just create free roam, creating like this. So we can make we can swap from the stroke. It's on stroke like this, so we can swap it to fill so that it gets filled up like this, and we can make the opacity 50% so that we can see what we are doing within the shape that we are creating. So next, as we've created this now, next is to create the neck. So to create the neck will be something like a triangle. So to create the triangle, you just click on it, and a triangle has 3 sides. That's why if you want to create a triangle, you use 3 sides. If you want to create like a pentagon, you use 5 sides. Create an hexagon, you use 6 sides, like that. So this polygon tool is very good. So you can use it to create any shape, most shapes. So to create triangle now, select 3 sides and click OK. It creates the 3 sides for yours. So next, we'll try and scale it up. So normal scaling up, you can scale it, but if you scale it up anyhow, it will just distort the shape. So to make the shape normal, you have to hold Shift and Alt. So holding Shift and Alt keeps all the points together, so it makes everything stay the same. So now that we've shaped it, you can remove the stroke. So now that we shaped it, we try and move it here. Now we have to rotate it. So as you can see, when we want to scale it, we use this. So when we want to rotate it now, we just shift it a bit, and you see that the cursor changes to like a rotate button. So to rotate it, you can just rotate it freely like this, but if you want it to go to specific direction, specific angles, fixed angles like 0 degrees, 45 degrees, like that, 90 degrees, you hold Shift. So you see the angles is going on a normal angle. So, and that's what we want. So now we want it like this. We make the opacity 50 as well. 50 as well. So we try and align it together As you can see, the triangle is bigger than the rectangle, so you just try and scale it down. Shift and Alt also, so just scale it down and then try and fit it together. So just to make it perfect, just make it together like that, and just try and bring it down a bit. And as you can see now, that as we are trying to bring it down, it's not getting to the point that we want. So to make us have more of like a free movement, we come to view, we scroll down and deselect snap to pixel. So it's the software is just helping us. So but normally I don't like using those snap to pixel because it can be a problem most of the time, like this problem now. So but if we remove it, you see that now we can do it anyhow we want, the exact point we want it to get. So like that, I think that is okay for that. You can check it with outline view to see how what you are creating, and as you can see from the outline view, the points are not together. So now I think we have it exactly as we want it. We'll scale it a bit, scale it just a bit, okay, and bring it down, okay. So we leave the outline view. Outline view is Control Y. So to go to outline view, click on Control Y. So now we just reduce this a bit up to create our neck. Next, we'll create the second neck. It's like a second neck, so we'll still use the rectangle tool. We'll draw a rectangle, just a straight rectangle down like that. You reduce the opacity to 50 as well, just so that we can see what we are working with. That's why. This stroke, remove this stroke. So I think we are already drawing outside the artboard, so we can just make it smaller. Select everything. We are on the selection tool, so we select everything and then click on group. So to group everything together, you press Ctrl G and then scale down so that we can work within our artboard. And then you can align or align center horizontally and vertically like that. So just shift it a bit up so that we can continue working. So after creating this, you can ungroup. After creating this, you create another rectangle for the handle. So you create another rectangle for the handle. So you just hold and drag down like that, just a bit wider than the neck. I think this neck seems too long, so just bring it up a bit and drag this up. Okay, so next now we see that these two shapes are different shapes, a rectangle and a square, so we have to join them together. So to join them, we can use the Pathfinder tool. There are two styles we can use. So the Pathfinder tool is one way we can do it. All we have to do is click on the Pathfinder. If your Pathfinder is not here, you can just go to Windows and then see Pathfinder, Shift Control F9. You can use that as a shortcut to get to Pathfinder. So when you click on your Pathfinder and the two shapes are selected, then you click on Unite. So the Unite button unites both of them, and as you can see now, Control Y to outline mode, you can see they are one shape like this now. So or you can use the shape builder tool. So shape builder tool is like the manual way of doing it. You just select the tool, click on the shape builder tool, and then make sure the color is selected, the color you want to use, which is black, and then you hold down and drag it down to the other shape, and then it becomes one too. So that is just what you need to know about the shape builder tool and the pathfinder tool for this. So we have to join these two together too. So to do the same thing we'll do, click on it, make sure our color is selected, and drag down to create one shape. So for this head now, let's make these two sides rounded. So to make any side rounded, you have to click on the direct selection tool. So the direct selection tool will round all corners. If you just drag it down like this, all the corners will be rounded. You see, even this down part gets rounded, everywhere we get rounded. So to select certain points, like specific points, you have to click on the points you want. Hold down shift and click on the points. So these are the 2 points that we want rounded. So you click them and drag, and see that we've got a rounded shape, easy like that. So after that, we want to draw the points, like the space in between this, to make the spatula look more like a spatula. So to easily do that, you just select the line tool. So we are creating a line. So you just click here and drag down a bit before getting to this point. So we put a stroke, a white stroke. We increase it to, like, let's say 6, or let's say 8. Let's say 8. So, and as you can see, the up and down, the edges are squared. So to make it rounded, you come to stroke. If your stroke, you can't find your stroke here, you can also come here to look for the stroke, and it will take you to the stroke, and so you click on it and to make it rounded, easy like that. So now we have to duplicate it. So to duplicate, you hold Alt and Shift, and then move to the side. Hold Alt and then Shift. Alt first before Shift, then you move it to the side. So to duplicate, we can also duplicate. Just after doing this copying, it will, if you press Ctrl D, it will do the last thing that you did, the last move you did. So what we did was moving that thing. So to continue it, you click the Ctrl D, and then it will continue it, so that the difference, the space in between them will be exactly the same. So after doing that, we can group them, Ctrl G, and then align to the center. Okay, and then ungroup. So next, we'll make this side rounded. So to make that rounded, since we want all sides to be rounded, click on the direct selection tool and then just round it a bit, and we have that. So next, we create a small ring under it. So to create a small ring, we'll still use our rectangle tool. So you click here and drag it a bit. So we'll shift it to the stroke, to swap to stroke, and then we increase the stroke to any amount we like that we know is okay. So I think this is okay. So we want to cut off this. So to cut off any shape, any part of any shape, all you need to do is go to your eraser tool, come to your scissors tool. To select it, you click and hold down and then click the scissors tool. So you click on the parts you want to cut, the beginning part and the end part. That is how you cut any shape. So you hold shift and click the second part and then it's cut off. So to do that, now remove it and click delete. And now we have our shape, the shape that we want. So now we just drag it a bit up and then make the bottom side rounded, a bit rounded, not too rounded. Or I make it very rounded. I think it's coming along well. So now we can make this one black, this transparency now 100, because I just made that so that we can see what is going on in between the shapes. So now next we just create a circular design within the handle side. Hold down your shift button to make a perfect circle shape, an ellipse with the ellipse tool. So you make the color white. So you make it as big as you want. I think this one is okay by me. Align it horizontally. Hold Alt and Shift to duplicate. So you duplicate it down. Duplicate it down. Okay. I think everything is aligned well. It's aligned well. So I think we are almost done. So next, now I think we are almost done. So next, we'll select them. As you can see now that this, if we bring it out now, you can see that it's like it's just a white color, and that's not what we want. We want it to for there to be space in between. So what we'll do now is we'll expand all this, because all these are just normal parts. So we expand it, object, and expand. If you see it ordinarily like this with the outline, so you see that it's just a line. So now when we expand it, object, expand. So when we expand it and you check, sorry about that, and you check the outline mode, you see now it is a shape. So, and this is already a shape. So to remove the shape from there, the white color, all you have to do is use the shape builder tool. So normally if you want to change this to any color, you can just make it maybe like green, to change to green, to add the color to it. So but if you want to remove the everything totally, you see that it's adding, pressing, looking for add, it's add that is showing. So if you want to subtract it, you just hold Alt, it will change to minus. So it's minus now. Alt, it will remove it, remove it, remove it, and remove it. So this one to Alt, plus and Alt, remove and remove. So now if we bring it out, you see that there is no shape. We've not removed this. So remove and remove like that. And I think we are done. So we'll just have to make this color into the color that we like, any color we need. So I like this blue, like this. Group it, align left, right, and then voila, we have our spatula. Isn't it looking beautiful? I didn't expect the video to be this long, but I guess it's because it's more like a step-by-step tutorial. I'm sorry for the weird sound underneath. I will make sure you have a more pleasant audio in my upcoming videos. If you have any question, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. And most importantly, hit that subscribe button for much more tutorials like this. Thank you.